But a 34-yard return by number 12, David Dunn. Tackle was made by number 21, Buster Elahy of Oregon State. It's going to be first down, 10 yards to go for Fresno State. The ball at the Bulldog 34-yard line. Starting the running backs, number 25, Jerome Oliver, and number 35, Sal Mejico. Pass is complete to number 3, Brian Roberson. He's knocked down first by number 21, Buster Elahy. A loss of 1 yard on the play. The ball placed at the 33-yard line. It's going to be second down for the Bulldogs, 11 yards to go. Number 25, Jerome Oliver, the ball carrier. Hit first by number 34, Michael Hale of Oregon State. Comes out by number 35, Corey Hewitt. A gain of about 9 yards. It's going to be third down and a long yard to go. The ball is at the Fresno State 43-yard line.
Take it as far as you can go.
Number 25, Jerome Oliver, the ball carrier for Fresno State. He's hit first by number 17, Kane Rogers of the Beavers.
Hey, gentlemen, this way or that way, okay? Do not stand
It's
here.
going to be a first down for Fresno State. The ball in Oregon State territory at the 49-yard line. Number 25, Jerome Oliver, the ball carrier. Stopped up first by number 25 of Oregon State.
Okay, he's got it.
In attack. In attack. The Oregon State 43-yard line. We're going to be second down 35.
Very little gain, maybe a few inches. So that'll bring up a big play for Fresno State. They're in the Beaver end. They count third down and less than a yard.
We'll see if we get a measurement right here. As you see a big push with Kane and Rico filling in behind him. Official, of course, spotted it up at furthest point.
You know, Mejico started 6 games last year and was a walk-on back at 91. He's one of the best blockers Jim Sweeney's ever had, apparently.
Finished strong last season. He started the last 6 games. Here's the measurement. My, they got it.
You talk about these backs, Anthony Digo, Ron Rivers last year, Lorenzo Neal before, Eric Craven, I guess it is. Some incredible talents.
Trent Dilfer.
Yeah,
Malcolm Sebron, Titus Winans. Actually, 7 Fresno State Bulldogs are in the pros right now. 5 were drafted. 2 have made it as free agents, at least so far. First down and 10 at the 39 of Oregon State. No score. We're just underway in the first quarter. This is Oliver. And he's rushed out of bounds at about the 35. And that's Michael Hale on the tackle. He's their number 1 tackler. Coming into the game, Michael with 22 tackles. He's second in the conference in tackles, averaging 11 a game.
See a shot of Michael Hale right there with that Darth Vader helmet of his.
Looks fierce, doesn't he?
He sure is. 4-year player for the Beavers. Good football player.
Oliver now 4 carries for 26 yards as they've used him considerably.
This is his first start. Pittman, of course, the leading rusher, injured last week against Washington State.
No, sir. So that'll bring up 3rd down. The cover man was Buster Elahi.
See Claiborne right there. You're telling the guy he went the wrong way.
Intended receiver was Brian Roberson.
Did you ever notice that the quarterback's always right in these deals? He always holds out his hands like the guy went the wrong direction, and you wonder what the receiver would like to say sometimes.
I can guess.
What do you mean I went the wrong way?
3rd down and 6 for Fresno State. And again, Claiborne to throw. Lots of time to deliver, but it's a badly thrown ball. Well short of the target, David Dunn. Reggie Tung was covering Dunn.
Well, Oregon State has mixed in a lot of zone the last 2 weeks. Mixing it up off their blitz, showing blitz, and dropping into the zone, and they did it right there, did an excellent job, and it confused Mr. Claiborne. He was on the wrong foot trying to throw the ball, wasn't set, very confused trying to read it, which Oregon State will do to young quarterbacks.
So it's punt formation. William Ephraim is back to receive the punt. New punter, John Brown, a junior college transfer, and he rips it. Oh, struck down on the 1-yard line and recovered by Fresno State. My, oh my, what a play. That was Laterio Rochelle who recovered the football at the 1-yard line. My, oh my.
Great play.
Jim likes that.
He sure does.
He was talking to some people the other day, and he told them he was from Montana. He said, you know, they named a high school over there after me. I said, oh, really? He said, yeah, Flathead.
I thought maybe Butte would be better. He is a Butte.
1st down and 10. From the wishbone. Maybe a yard. And that's all as the Beavers start with the fullback.
Well, that was just a second back through, lead play, trying to get out of that difficult place to punt. The Beavers have got to get the ball out to the 4 or 5. That's what's critical, so your punter's got room to kick. Take a look, second back through, big lead play there by J.D. J.D. then pushes at the end. Good job.
They give him 2 yards at the carry, so it's 2nd down and 8. Wishbone backfield. There was motion in the Oregon State backfield, and the penalty flag is down in the end zone. Tackled that time by Rio Wells, and it's against Oregon State. So they'll go halfway to the goal line.
Jimmy, we mentioned before the broadcast this crowd and how Jim Sweeney plays to it. This happens here at home. When the other side has the ball, Jim Sweeney will get the crowd going. They can't hear because this stadium holds the sound down on the field. It'll be interesting for the fans to note that when Fresno State has the ball, it's quiet here. It's funny when the crowd is so into the game that it's quiet when the offense has the ball, but it's by design. You can't audible, it's too noisy, and you'll just hear it as the Beavers get the ball. We may see several jumps this evening.
Steve, we have an injured player for Fresno State. Chris Rockwell, he's their starting left end. Big fella, 6'5", 245 pounds. He's a senior.
Big loss.
Tending to his left leg.
Defensive line is quite strong. Demetrius Smith, Rockwell, Papazian.
Rockwell actually.
Demetrius Edwards, 285 pounds.
Rockwell was recruited by Oregon State, I believe.
A lot of these kids were recruited by the Oregon schools, particularly the University of Oregon. Speaking of the University of Oregon, this stadium, you were talking about the stadium, it reminds me a lot of Hudson Stadium.
New skyboxes here that have been sold out immediately. It's a sports town.
So Rockwell goes out. It's 2nd down and 9 for the Beavers. No dogs down. Favorite expression of Jim Sweeney.
I understand, Jimmy, that no dogs down means no defensive people on their knees. And it's new tonight. Just painted on the field for this game to get people up for it.
Here we go, and here comes that noise in an effort to confuse the Beavers. Don Shanklin at quarterback. Shanklin keeping, spinning across the 5, up to the 7-yard line to give the Beavers a little more room. Shatoni Sargent makes a tackle at defensive right end.
I'm glad to see Don Shanklin take a shot. He needs to get a couple of hits on that right shoulder. This is just the, it's the double option. He just cuts up, get him upfield, take a hit. That'll make Don feel a lot better.
So it's 3rd down and 5 now for the Beavers.
Now listen to the crowd noise.
No first down. That was J.J. Young, tackled by Lance Thomas and Danny Williams. But he's short, so it'll bring up 4th down. They'll spot it at the 10.
That punt team waited a second. They didn't know whether Jerry might even go for that one.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. He's a gambler, but not that much of a gambler. So coming on to punt it is Doug Stuckey, standing 6 yards deep in his end zone.
Well, the Beavers need a punt here. Doug has not been kicking the ball particularly well, but he won the punting competition this week, earned the job again. See if he can kick the ball a little better.
Rochelle is deep to receive it.
Yeah.
Fair catch is called for and taken at the 42. So Fresno State has excellent field position, and we'll be back with their offensive set right after this. No score in the game. 8:34 to go in the opening quarter here at Bulldog Stadium. This is Oliver swarmed down for a yard loss on the play, maybe 2.
Boy, Tommy Holmes had a chance to drop him a couple yards back and was disappointed he didn't get him down back there.
Pacchiini got a hold of him, and they'll spot it right at the 43-yard line. So it's 2nd down and 11, a yard loss on the play.
Great penetration. Now they have historically gone to 3 wides in this situation, long yardage.
Well, they've got, as you mentioned earlier, Steve, an outstanding core of receivers, considered by the expert as among the best in the nation. That's Charlie Jones in motion. Throw back to Jones. No, sir. He gets a yard on the play, and that's it. William Ephraim, a good defensive play on the far side. Helped out by Buster Illahe, the 2 corners.
Jim Sweeney runs the old pro-style offense, which you see today very little in the NFL. They don't throw a lot of little quick passes. They try to throw the flares, as you see right here. And then they try to go downfield like the Raiders of Oakland have for years and years and still do a lot. See a lot of single-man patterns, deep outs, post corners, option patterns.
It's 3rd down and 9. Time to throw. It is caught out of bounds at the 27. That is a first down. The tackle by Reggie Tongue on David Dunn. Good speed. 4.5 in the 40. Honorable mention, all WAC conference performer last year.
Big target. Watch Claiborne set up here. Throws real well. He runs an out. It was a combination pattern. Inside receiver out of the slot. Oregon State was in a man-to-man with the safeties backing up, and Reggie has to take him inside. Just the right route, probably an option.
Bulldogs doing a good job converting 3rd downs. They're 3 of 4. Oliver makes a nice cut up inside to the 10-yard line. Down to the 1-yard line goes Oliver. He's tackled by Buster Illahe, a 200-pound junior from Wichita, Kansas, a transfer from Ricks Junior College.
This just appears to be a great run. Nice blocking there and 2 missed tackles. Rico overruns it. He just throws him by, and Bustrielli comes by to make the play at the goal line. But again, 2 missed tackles. You'll see him early right there. Defense just didn't break down, Jim.
First down and goal. Fresno State has been very successful inside the 20. It's a touchdown. And so Fresno State is on the board first. We have 6:45 yet to play in the first quarter as Sal Mejico tallies to put Fresno State on the board. Mejico, a good-sized running back at 220 pounds. Now the point after touchdown. John Lasson, who attempted. Plenty of power and is perfect. So now, with 6:45 to go in the first quarter of play in Fresno, the Bulldogs strike first. It's Fresno State 7, Beavers nothing. Fresno goes 41 yards in 1:49 to score, with Sal Mejico getting the touchdown for Fresno State to put them in front 7-0. That's the first touchdown of the season for Mejico. And we're ready for the Fresno State kickoff. Young and Sylvester are deep. High kick taken at the 4-yard line and dropped by Sylvester Green. Picked up. Down he goes at the 14. Say, tune in tomorrow night for Oregon Duck football at 8. The Utah Utes invade Eugene for a showdown with the Ducks. All-American defensive tackle Luther Ellis leads the charge for the Utes. So join Todd McKim and Ken Woody for all the action tomorrow night at 8, right here on Prime Sports Northwest. First down and 10, just shy of the 10-yard line. Oregon State down early, 7-0, but Oregon State has been a slow-starting team. Shanklin on the pitch, and running out of bounds is J.J. Young after a modest gain. Lance Thomas was there for Fresno State. There's that drive we told you about. Only 5 plays it took to get into the end zone. And Mejico with his first score.
See a shot of Don Shanklin right there. Not started in too good a position these initial drives.
Don, who was injured against Arizona State, did not play against Wyoming. Raheem Muhammad did an outstanding job in leading the club. Now Shanklin is back. Second down and 6 for the Beavers. That's J.D. Stewart. Pile driving. Gets a couple of yards. He's tackled by Papazin and Edwards. Ron Papazin, the weak side linebacker, probably the best player on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, certainly around the ball more than anybody else. Transfer from Pacific, led Pacific in tackles for 2 years in a row, and has now led Fresno State. He's an honors candidate. He's probably the lead any team he played for in tackles.
Beavers need a yard for the first down. Shanklin will not get it. He'll lose.
And a flag on the play, Jimmy. We'll see what that is.
Larry Cook, along with Steve Kasner, on the stop. Now they corralled Shanklin for about a 1 to 2 yard loss, and we'll wait and see what the penalty is.
Like a hold. Oregon State brings 2 tight ends in those short yardage situations, trying to run the double option where they can just read, count people, go to the weak side.
This is a all-whack officiating crew. The referee is Tom Robinson. Dean Reimer of the umpire, Phil Euler, the linesman, David Hedema, the line judge, Tony Corretti, the field judge, William Baraya, the side judge, and Robert Mantooth, the back judge. So on 4th down, the Beavers will have to punt it away again. 4th down and 2, and Laterio Rochelle is a single return man standing back at his 36-yard line. Boy, those are red uniforms, aren't they?
They sure are.
A lot of red in this stadium, kind of like Nebraska. Stuckey, very high but short. Fair catch called for, taken at the 46-yard line, and once again, Fresno State will have excellent field position. Beavers have got to stop giving the ball in such advantageous position.
Boy, that is the truth.
That'll be first down and 10 for Fresno State. They lead it 7-0. They lost their opening game to Ohio State 34-10. Defeated San Jose State 45-13. And of course, last week did not score a touchdown. They were beaten 24-3 by Washington State. That's the first time in the last 73 games that Fresno State did not score a touchdown. Oliver. Michael Hale is there at the 50-yard line. He just does cross over. About a 5-yard pickup for Jerome Oliver.
Well, this offensive line has been much demeaned these first 3 weeks of the season. They look pretty good tonight. They're sure clearing some holes. They made 3 line switches this week. Just moved people around. Brought Jason James, their all-conference center from last year, who's playing right tackle, back into the center and bumped center and guard out. They look good tonight.
It's second down and 5. Oliver, the workhorse early, is trapped, and down he goes. And that was an excellent job by Pakiina, who lost his hat. Pakiina, 267-pound senior. A nice play.
Guard pull right there, leading it. Back just dips to the outside. Excellent play right there. Pakiina, Tom Holmes. Kelron Sykes playing, a true freshman, number 95. Great speed at outside linebacker. Coaches expect to play him more this evening.
Here's Pakiina.
You know, if this were a few years ago, we probably couldn't show this shot. Idre Machini, remember that? Big controversy. Yeah.
We're going to have a timeout taken by Fresno State. 4:14 remaining in this opening quarter. And Fresno State leads it 7-0. We'll step aside for a moment and return right after this. Northwest. We're back. We welcome you to Bulldog Stadium. I'm Jimmy Jones with Steve Freese and Scott Lynn. 4:14 to go in the first quarter. This guy getting a little excited, isn't he? Got to work up a sweat in weather like this. Inside the doghouse, and it's mostly red, kind of like Nebraska. Third down and 9. Claiborne going deep, has a receiver, knocked away, and a penalty flag is thrown. The play by William Ephraim, but it looks like they'll get him for interference.
Well, I'll tell you, this is going to be interesting. He hangs it up, and it looks like if Ephraim comes back, makes a good move on the ball. Let's take a look. They're both entitled to the ball. Ephraim's behind him. He squares up. He hadn't got a hand on him. Oh, no, he's going up. That's a bad call.
Yep.
Just an excellent effort by William Ephraim.
This is a guy who holds the school record for breakups. He knows how to do that.
Well, and he did it just right, Scotty.
Yes,
you could see he had his hands up in the air. He is entitled to go for the ball.
Now that one really hurts.
He's going to give us the announcement. Oh. Whoa, double foul.
Roughing the passer thrown in, and I think it was Rico Petrini who was charged with that one.
We didn't see that at the end of the play.
Well, that moves the ball to the 38.
Last week we mentioned Rocky threw in a lot of zone, a lot of change-up, trying to confuse these people because they've seen so much man-to-man and blitz. That resulted in those big plays last week. See if he can change up something here against 3 wide receivers in his nickel defense.
First down and 10, Fresno. Oliver. Can't get too far. Looked like Tom Holmes. It is Tom Holmes in there, along with Pakiina. Short gain of about a yard. This is the one of the great offenses in the nation. Number 1 in the nation in 91 and 92 in scoring. Number 3 in scoring last year. They were always under Jim Sweeney, an offensive machine.
And you can see those points that they're putting on the board. Wow. Plus 50 points. Wow. And always in the top 3 in scoring and total offense.
Caught on the far side by Charlie Jones. Got about a yard. He's knocked down by William Ephraim. You mentioned those breakups a minute ago, Scott. He now has 27, which, as you said, is a new career record at Oregon State. The old record was 25.
Nice setup, nice throw. That's good job by William. I think that was William out there.
Yep.
You know, you think of this. This is a rated receiving corps, yet they lose Malcolm Sebring, Titus Winans, and Lee Harris all to the pros last year. Wow.
That's depth, my friend, depth. 3rd down and 5. Look out, he's going down. And that was a coverage sack. Kane Rogers did on the play for Oregon State, along with Tom Holmes.
Excellent job. And before that, you noticed the graphic. Fresno State was 4 of 5 already on 3rd down. Good pressure here. They're keeping the fullback in and tried to run a delayed route out and up right off the out pattern early on. That was a big 1st down.
Guys, on that last punt, Botello had a bad snap. Let's see if it happens here.
William Ephraim is deep to return John Brown's punt.
That one's pretty good.
Oh my, they're going to do it again. This time at the 3-yard line. Oh my. That's Laterio Rochelle who downs it on the 3-yard line.
Again.
A punt of 36 yards down at the 3.
John Brown's really done a great job. This is his debut. They had a walk-on John Williams who was doing their punting. They weren't happy with him, and now John Brown pins the Beavers twice inside the 5-yard line with some great coverage by Rochelle.
Well, we understand he's got a truly great leg.
And he can adjust it with how much distance he needs, apparently.
Beavers still looking for their 1st down. Their first down. This is J.D. Stewart, the fullback. Hard-running J.D. Stewart, hard-working back. Comes across the 10 to about the 14, where Omar Stoudemire and Lance Thomas combined for the stop, and that'll be a 1st down. There it is, the first down of the game for the Beavers on a nice effort by J.D. Stewart.
And nice blocking here. Take a look. It's the triple. Again, you heard the fan noise, and Don just puts it in his belly. And nice blocking. Look at John Garrett leading. Block at the end to free him up. Excellent.
1st down and 10 at the 14. Shanklin at the 20. Tripped up as he crosses the 30-yard line by Larry Cook, a cornerback, a 175-pound senior from Oakland. A nice gain on the play by Don Shanklin, and that moves the sticks once again.
Look at the great speed. He just outruns the defensive lineman. Can't coach speed, folks, and he's got it.
That's an 18-yard run for Shanklin. 1st down at the 32. Incomplete. Intended for Joe Douglas, and covering on the play is Larry Cook. Beaver passing game rated last in the nation. They've averaged 22 yards a game passing while collecting 318 yards rushing.
Well, this young man throws the ball real well. He's got a sore right shoulder, and the coaches believe that the passing game, if anything, will suffer because of his sprain. He's got a great arm. He's 4 for 6, 123 efficiency rating, just not enough throws to be counted.
2nd down and 10 now for the Beavers at the 32. In the Beaver end of the field.
Offside.
And a penalty flag is down at the 34-yard line as J.D. Stewart rambles out to that point.
Looks like it's against the Beavers.
Procedure penalty against the Beavers. Yes, sir.
Right side of the offensive line. Fired a little bit early.
Was that Big Tex? Or was it the other side?
It's the Big Tex. You're right, Scott. Brad Thompson on the right side.
Big Tex.
Right guard, who I think is going to be an all Pac-10 performer. He's starting as a true sophomore and playing a lot last year as a true freshman.
Certainly has the size, doesn't he?
6'2", 330.
Back up to the original line of scrimmage, tackled by Steve Krasner.
You just can't tell who's got the ball. All the linemen, the fullback, they're all just one big pile. Looks like a bunch of little kids playing soccer.
Well, that was J.D. Stewart. He's averaging just over 5 yards a carry on the season so far. Been a very reliable fullback. He has pretty much split time evenly with Cedric Thomas. And last week, Raul Morgan saw some action as well.
You see Terrence Blackwell and Sylvester Green in at the same time. That's great speed, folks.
3rd down and 10. Shanklin will throw. Has time. Delivers, and it's incomplete, intended for Blackwell. Stottmeyer covering for Fresno State. Terrence Blackwell, a freshman from Lafayette, Louisiana, can't hang on to it.
Wasn't a bad pass. Tough catch.
So Oregon State now is 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversions and will punt it away to Rochelle. Beavers need a good punt. This field position is killing them. Better this time. Rochelle's going to let it bounce. That's a great bounce for Oregon State. Across the 15-yard line. What a great Beaver bounce. So it'll be down there just shy of the 15-yard line.
Well, the Beavers thank Mr. Rochelle for that, because that gives the Beavers the first advantage they've had today in field position.
Guys, you know, down at this end of the stadium, the fans are getting to see their first action for the first time, and there's only 8 seconds before we go to the other end.
Well, unfortunately, that's where the Beaver fans are all sitting, Scott.
That's right.
Oh, they knew that when they gave them the seats.
It's amazing, isn't it, the success that Fresno State has had here. We mentioned at the top 57-3-2 since 1985.
Well, just
that was a 53-yard punt, by the way.
That'll get the average up.
Oh, yeah. Good confidence builder. Out across the 15.
Well played first quarter.
And that was Reggie Brown, stopped by Kane Rogers. That ends the first quarter of play here in Fresno. After one period, the Bulldogs lead the Beavers 7-0.
You're watching the Oregon State Beavers play Pac-10 football on Prime Sports Northwest.
We welcome you back for the start of the second quarter here at Bulldog Stadium. 7-0, Fresno State leading. Fresno State outrushed Oregon State in that first period, 56-51. Oregon State without a yard passing.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I was just going to mention, sitting around the hotel today, obviously this being an evening game, the players were talking, well, it's really tough to hang around all day long and wait for an evening game. They'd much rather have that 1 o'clock kickoff.
Tough for everybody.
And Oregon State's a very slow starting team. They haven't had too many first quarters like they did last week, so it's always been a tough time. I feel like if the Beavers get through the first quarter, close game, they got a real chance to win.
Now it's 2nd down and 8 for Fresno State. Ball at the 17. Claiborne with the short drop, throws complete, but there's a loss on the play back to the 20. Buster Illahi on the tackle. Good job by Illahi rolling up quick to stop Roberson.
You know, last year in the second quarter, Fresno State took a tight game, blew it open, as you see here. The good setup by Claiborne, delivers it. Boy, very good defense on that play. Last year, Fresno State, 3 quick touchdowns, all set up by the pass. Oregon State's pass, to tell you the truth. 1 interception, 1 drop ball on a sprint out. Turned it around real quick.
No turnovers in the game so far tonight.
Oh, don't mention that.
Oh, now's a good time, though.
3rd down and 5. Claiborne throwing, and it is caught.
See the mark.
Fans don't like the spot.
People over there trying to talk that whack official into being true to his conference. Let's see what he did.
This is Mejico coming out of the backfield to make the reception. Just does manage to stay in.
It's like a pretty good mark by the official.
Boy, that's close.
It is. Well, this would be interesting. I cannot imagine Jim Sweeney, all his years in the business, would go for this.
Just misses by inches.
Let's see what he does. See him right there in the corner of your screen. Oh,
He's
he
shaking
is.
his head, yes.
He is going to go for it.
Jim sluicing up a little in his old age.
Take a look at the numbers in the first quarter. Again, the Beavers outrushed primarily one run that set up the touchdown. Beavers started in horrible field position, though, that does not allow them to run their full offense.
Fourth down and a foot. Boy, this is the big play for Fresno State. If they don't get it, Beavers take over at the 25.
Let's see if they try to. Nope, they did not. First down.
They got it. First down.
I thought we
Rico
might.
Petrini on the bottom of the stack, but they got the inches needed. It'll be first down for Fresno State, just across the 25-yard line.
Good line surge. You can see the behinds of those big linemen had all moved forward significantly. Excellent charge.
14:09 to go in the first half, and it's 7-0 Fresno State. Beavers have not threatened. And this is Brown. Reggie Brown from Detroit, a junior, transferred from College of the Desert. He's stopped by Corey Hewitt. Corey had an outstanding game last week.
Sure did. Lineman, linebacker, player of the game. Reggie Brown is a guy that Jim Sweeney said he was the best junior college player he'd ever recruited. But he's been tied up with a hamstring, has not gotten the playing time, and Oliver's keeping him on the bench.
Well, last year he averaged better than 7 yards a carry, scored 13 times. Second down and 12. Claiborne to the sideline, no. Got there on the bounce. The intended receiver was Lotario Rochelle, covered by Michael Hale. That's another junior college transfer from El Camino College, is Rochelle. First team junior college All-America, by the way. They do have the receivers.
They sure do. Good cover right there.
It was a severe loss for them when they lost Pittman, that broken collarbone.
Like 3 receivers in. These guys can fly. They've got some long averages and some people who can go deep.
Third down and 12. No secret what's going to happen here. Claiborne running out of trouble, throws on the run, incomplete. Excellent pressure by the Beavers. That was Eric Hale. Good job. Forced a bad throw by Claiborne.
You're going to see the Beavers get good field position now for the first time in the football game, thanks to the nice bounce on the punt by Doug Stuckey late in the first quarter.
And Oregon State has a young man. As you take a look at this, nice flush out of the pocket. People staying with the quarterback there, keeping the pressure on him because he can scramble. Now let's see if Mark Williams gets a chance to return this ball.
John Brown to punt it, standing on his 11. Williams back at the 34.
Ooh, return ball right there.
Low punt. Williams gathers it at the 40. He's to midfield. Nice return by Williams as he comes across the 50 to about the 42-yard line of Fresno, where he's stopped by Andre Deshay.
This guy's going to return some balls for touchdowns the next 3 years.
That's his longest return of the year, if I'm not mistaken, guys.
He's just, look at that move. Whoa, baby. Nothing but air.
So the Beavers now with very, very good field position, their best of the game. They'll start at the 41-yard line of Fresno State, first down and 10. 13:02 to go in the first half, and the Beavers looking for their first tally. They trail Fresno State 7-0. So fullback, Cedric Thomas, stopped by Andre Griggs. He's from Portland.
Went to Jefferson High School. Ended up going to the College of the Redwoods at Eureka, California.
We heard before the game another Portland product, Woody Green, out with a hamstring.
Woody is playing on the defensive side of the ball. He's a brilliant offensive back, but they've moved him to defense. Second down and 7.
Oh, there's the
Shanklin. Just to Alford, dives for the stake and is well short.
The problem with that play is he pitched to the lead man, Jimmy. he pitched to the fullback, or excuse me, the halfback. See Alford, he's out there to get a block. If he pitches this to the trailback Shea, he's really got to play there, but he pitches it to the guy out there who's going to block, which almost ends up, you can see the smile on Mark Alford's face.
What are you doing? Mark Alford, by the way, was the quarterback in Oregon State's win over Fresno State 2 years ago.
Third down and a yard.
Right guy this time.
Shea Hawkins. Nope. Didn't get there. Papazian and Stoudemire combined for the tackle on Shea Hawkins. Hawkins, a junior from Los Angeles, sat out last season.
I think the Beavers will go.
I do too. I think they're going to go here. And funny place on the field. A little bit too long for the field goal, as you see right there. About a half a yard short.
Double tight ends coming in.
Two big boys, and Shea Hawkins still. I wonder if JJ's hurt. Shea's played an entire series, but our coaches at Oregon State feel like Hawkins and Olford have earned a chance to play.
Got to get to the 31-yard line. He's got it, but there's a penalty flag down. That was Cedric Thomas picking up the necessary yardage, but there are two flags down. One at the line of scrimmage, one back at the 40. The tackle by Sargent.
Against the Beavers.
Oh, goodness.
Well, Jimmy and Scott, I think these penalties, the illegal procedures, the offsides on the offensive side are very much a result of this crowd noise.
Oregon State not frequently penalized as a rule. Has 4 penalties already tonight for 26 yards. That's a lot, particularly for the Beavers.
Now does Doug Stuckey come in and punt, or do you go 4th and 6?
Well, I sure think you punt here. And
punting team's coming in.
37 yards. This is just about the right place for the Beavs to be punting the way they've done it this year. Now we don't need Doug to root one 45 yards.
So here's Doug Stuckey to punt it, coming into the game with an average of 31.7 yards. 39-yard average tonight.
Oh, hey.
Good high punt. That'll go. Oh, it's going to be down at the 1-yard line.
All right.
Nice job,
Great
Beavers.
play by Oregon State to down it at the 1. It was Cameron Reynolds, I believe, who made the play. It was Cameron Reynolds who downs it at the 1.
Must be something about that end of the field.
The fans at the other end are still thinking, are we going to see anybody in front of us this football game?
See the coverage right here. Nice job right there. Larry Bumpus, Cam Reynolds, both in a position to make the big play right there.
Nice punt by Stuckey.
35 yards that time on the punt, but he hit it just perfectly. Great placement. So it's first down for Fresno. We're going to spot it just beyond the 1-yard line. And a yard is ground out straight ahead. Tom Holmes right there in the middle to make the stop.
There's J.J. Young on the sideline. Again, I've been told by the coaches that they feel very confident with Shea Hawkins and Mark Alford, Jason Berry in the game. Want to get him a little more playing time to give Cam Reynolds and J.J. a rest. It's tough to be a running back in this offense.
Oh, is it? And a lot of punishment taken by these backs.
Light guards when they're coming your direction, that's for sure.
Second down and 9. Claiborne will air it out to the far sideline, and it's incomplete. Another poorly thrown ball.
Turn around,
Claiborne
Michael
has
Hale.
not been impressive.
Michael Hale has interception all the way, but he was playing the man. He was freed up deep half of the field and was looking at the receiver. You'll take a look at this. Michael's not in the picture right there, but you'll see him. He overruns the ball. See, he had his back to it. There you see the hands go up in the air. He knew it. That's an interception.
So it's third down and 9.
When you play zone or you're free, you're reading quarterback eyes and the ball.
And again, Claiborne will throw under a rush. He's bringing it out. Down across the 10-yard line goes Claiborne. Excellent reaction, and he may have the first down. The tackle by Kelleron Sykes.
Sykes, the big freshman, does a nice job catching him from behind, actually, or that's a big gainer.
Sure did.
Good job that time by Claiborne.
Flushed out of the pocket, you see right there, and just great speed. He runs 4.6, big kid, 200 pounds, and Sykes comes from clear across the field. True freshman. Going to play a lot at Oregon State. Now, what a big mark this is.
And if they don't make it, will Jim Sweeney go then, huh?
There you see it. Another situation where it's just a matter of inches.
Ball on the 12. What do you think?
All 11 guys are out there pointing to go for it, and Sweeney's waxing his head a little bit, looking away, doesn't want to be influenced.
11:07 to go in this one. Next week, the Beavers will have a week off and follow up the following week at Arizona. That'll be tough indeed. William Ephraim back to receive the punt.
Another guy who can fly, William Ephraim.
The last punt return, Mark Williams had a big return. Steve, why would they go to William? Field position, different situation? Why?
Really not sure, except they're both equally good.
Oh, very poor kick.
Those.
And Oregon State will have great field position. It comes to rest at the 38-yard line of Fresno State. We're going to step back for a moment. We'll be right back to Fresno after this. First down and 10 for Oregon State at the 38-yard line. Hawkins hurdles one, gets to the 35. And he's stopped by Sargent.
You notice the tons of formation tonight. We haven't seen the same formation twice in a row. Mike Summers, as you watch the counter here, Hawkins goes over the top. He really runs hard, always going for that extra yard. Had a good debut last week. But Mike's putting a lot of formations, as we see, unbalanced now. Strong right.
3 yards on the pickup, so it's second down and 7 at the 35. Shanklin. Hawkins with room to run.
Great block.
And down across the 20-yard line. Larry Cook makes a tackle, but Hawkins picks up the big first down.
Great blocks along the line.
Mark Alford had a great one.
Interestingly enough, you see the fake to Cedric. Now there, Don Shanklin brings him inside. Great block by Mark Alford. Nice play by the corner, but Joe Douglas keeps him out of the play for a long gain.
18 yards on the run by Hawkins. Shanklin had an 18-yard gainer earlier in the game. Those are the longest individual gains so far tonight for Oregon State. Here's the red zone for Oregon State. They've been in there 9 times. They've scored 6 touchdowns and a field goal.
Pretty good percentage.
First down, Beavers at the 17 of Fresno State. And that's Thomas, stopped by Demetrius Edwards. Edwards, the leader of that defensive front. Boy, he's a big nose guard, 285 pounds.
Jimmy, on the play prior to that, their middle linebacker, Dion Lafitte, limped off. I think he's going to be all right, but the guy in the middle there, they're not all that deep on the defensive side.
They had a lot of injuries, a lot of bumps and bruises against Washington State. They're quite thin. Second down and 8. Shanklin to the near side. Going to be dragged down from behind. Good job by Andre Deshay, the strong side linebacker. He's a backup on that side. They're playing a lot tonight.
This is the triple option, and you can see Don Shanklin is so quick that he's completely out in front of his trailback. The trailback's got to be in a position that's in front of Donnie. Pick up those legs and run and get out there. He has nobody to pitch to.
So a loss back to the 17. Oregon State on third down. They're 0 for 4 on third down conversions tonight.
Right up the gut here.
They need a yard. Hawkins fumbles, recovered by Fresno State. That was Andre Deshay, the linebacker, who recovered. Larry Cook made the hit to cause the fumble. And Fresno State, with a big play on defense, comes back with possession at the 40-yard line.
Oh. Big plays. You see Deshay right there. Nice play by Chris Cross to bring him down. Nobody else back there. Beavers lose a golden opportunity. Larry Cook comes in with the shot from the corner spot.
So with 8:32 remaining in the half, Fresno State with possession back, leading it 7-0. First down at the 38.
Nice play.
Yes, indeed. That was Jerome Oliver. He's run down at about the line of scrimmage by Rico Petrini. So there's a slight gain in the play, about a yard.
Watch the speed of Rico Petrini. He's a 4'5" linebacker. Watch him fly from the offside. You see him right here? Back's clear out in front of him. He doesn't catch him. You got a big lineman blocking Will Ephron and nobody else out there. Nice play, Rico.
Remember the days when Oregon State could only dream about guys with 4.5 speed? It wasn't that long ago. The overall team speed on Oregon State's club has improved incredibly.
Oh, he probably up to about 40% of the team with great speed.
Second down and 8, Claiborne.
Nice.
No.
Late.
Mark Williams.
Nice play indeed.
Watch this.
Mark Williams with the breakup.
Wow. Watch this acceleration to the ball. This is great speed. Quarterback throws a pretty darn good pass off the bootleg. This is a featured pattern. Just a long, deep out. And there's a good throw. Now watch the acceleration through the ball. So we see it from the other side. Excellent job.
Beautiful job by Williams. So that makes it third down and 8. The ball squarely at the 40-yard line.
Mark playing in the nickel set.
Fresno State, as you see, 4 of 9 on third down conversions. That's very good. Claiborne under pressure. Down he goes for a loss back to the 33-yard line. That was Buster Ilahi breaking through to make the tackle and bring up a punting situation now for Fresno State. So a good defensive series by the Beavers.
Absolutely.
Buster, who had an interception against Fresno State last year, has picked up his second sack of the season.
Just so quick coming from the outside and nickel back position. Nice stand by the Beavs right there.
Williams back to return the punt of John Brown. Brown hits a good one. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. So the Beavers start their first down and 10 at the 30.
Got a flag, Jimmy, right
and we
there.
have a penalty flag down at the 31. Anybody see what happened there?
I sure didn't.
I think one of the Fresno players. I think one of the Fresno players may have bumped into him after he had called the fair catch. Let's see.
They didn't give him room to make the play.
Probably didn't give him room. Let's take a look.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, he's interfering with it. Questionable, but goes for the Beavs.
First down and 10. 6:57 to go in the half. Beavers still looking for a score. Ball at the 36-yard line in the Beaver end of the field.
And those Oregon State fans at that end are hoping to see the Beavers go the other way now. It would be okay with them.
Oh.
I don't know if he threw that away.
No, Cam Reynolds didn't know it was coming now.
No, he threw that away. Don Shanklin has a receiver downfield, Joe Douglas, who fakes the block, is wide open and falls down. You won't see him here. Johnny's right, ready to throw it, and his receiver goes down. It's just too bad we don't see it from the other angle. It's touchdown. The luck of their passing game.
So it's second down and 10.
Last week, of course, J.J. dropped the wide open touchdown pass. Felt terrible about it.
Boy, was that a beautifully thrown ball.
Yes, it was.
Gain of about 2. Maybe 3. That's Raul Morgan into the game at fullback now. Stopped by Demetrius Edwards. Raul Morgan, a youngster, a freshman from Houston.
Well, the success of the Beavers passing game is so much dependent upon illusion, if you will, that the receiver goes down, fakes a block, tries to look like he's going to run the same block as normal. So he gets tangled up a lot of times with the defensive back. And that's exactly what happened last time. Douglas goes down, fakes, looks like he's going to hit somebody and ends up on the ground.
Terrence Blackwell is checked back in at wide receiver. 3rd down and 8 for the Beavs. We go to the fullback again. This time Raul Morgan, about 3, stopped by Edwards once again.
And another punt situation.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'll tell you guys, I really expected a lot of fireworks in this football game, and we surely have not seen that.
Well, maybe they're holding him back to the second half. Whatever, it's not been an exciting football game to this point.
Well, I'm surprised the Beavs haven't cranked it up a little more with Shanklin back, but they could be very interested in how his shoulder feels. There's a
Stuckey,
kick.
a nice punt. Rochelle takes the fair catch at the 19-yard line. Well, Stuckey finally hit a good one. Got it high, got the nose over, it looked good. So we have 5:25 to go in the first half. The Beavers trail it 7-0. We're back. It's 1st down and 10 for Fresno State. This is Oliver. Almost breaks away. Is run out of bounds at the 30-yard line by Ilahi. Oliver's had a lot of carries tonight. He's over 50 yards on the evening. He's got
Take a look at
12
this.
yards on that one.
Just a lead play and pulls the guard behind him or in front of him. He's got some good quickness, good lateral movement.
1st down and 10 for Fresno State at the 30-yard line. 68 yards for Oliver.
Nice debut as a
indeed.
starter.
Oliver again. Runs into a lot of white shirts after about a yard gain. He's tackled by Sykes and Rico Petrini. So they give him a yard.
You get a look at Kelron Sykes. Good size, great speed. True freshman. And playing an awful lot of football.
We're talking about Oliver. He had only carried 14 times for 16 yards coming into this football game. An average of a yard per carry.
Well, they certainly changed that number around.
The average has gone up a bit.
Jim Sweeney thinks he can run against the Beavs.
2nd down and 9. Claiborne looking downfield, can't find anything. Good coverage downfield by the Beavers, and Claiborne goes out of bounds around the line of scrimmage.
Corey Hewitt arguing about that spot. Says he was out of bounds much earlier, but it isn't going to do any good.
Pakiina with the force out across the way. So this brings up 3rd down for Fresno State.
Look at the pressure there by Tom Holmes. Corey Hewitt was right, folks. He was out of bounds about 2 yards back from where the spot came. Big 3rd down right here. The Beavers have had pretty good position the last 5 or 10 minutes.
3rd down and 7. Claiborne trying to run out. He's got some room. He'll pick up the 1st down. And about 6 yards to spare. He runs out of bounds just short of the 50-yard line.
Boy, Rico Petrini had the pressure on, but Claiborne found somewhere to go.
Well, he's pretty nifty, pretty quick. There again, a missed tackle. Missed tackle lets him out of the blocks. Look again, Mr. Sykes with the great speed from the offside.
So it's 1st down and 10 at the 46 now of Fresno State. 4:20 to go in the half. Oliver. Couple of yards in the play to about the 49-yard line. And he's stopped there by Rico Petrini.
Again, nice fill by Rico.
Rico Petrini from Half Moon Bay, California. Haven't seen his father on any of the trips so this year. We saw him a couple of times last year.
I'm sure he'll be there before the season's over.
He might be here tonight. Not that far away. 2nd down and 7. Throwing short again. Claiborne has had a problem tonight throwing short. That was Reggie Tung defending Brian Roberson.
Just overstriding a little bit when you get that kind of throw. The graphic just before the play, as we take a look at Claiborne, he didn't look like he'd overstride there, but
you know, he'd been hurt in that Washington State game. Really got beat up, and I wonder, we saw him before the game, really, they were doing some stretching drills with him and so forth. I wonder if he's 100%.
He took his lumps, 5 sacks. He's only thrown for 24 yards tonight.
First downs, 5 of 11 to the Beavers 0.
3rd down and 7. And it is caught by Charlie Jones. And out of bounds he goes in Beaver territory around the 30. Nice grab by Charlie Jones, rated one of the top 3 NFL prospects in the country by Mel Kiper.
That isn't a pretty pass, but it's certainly on the money.
Reggie Tung goes for the deflection there. And
Just
does not get it.
17 yards on the carry, or on the play.
A couple of inches off. Don't know whether you noticed the graphic a couple of plays ago, but Fresno State has outgained the Beavers on the ground tonight.
That doesn't happen very often.
Ball at the 33 where it's 1st down for Fresno. Good hit by Michael Hale coming up to smack Reggie Brown. Kane Rogers in on that play. Here's Reggie Brown from Detroit, from the College of the Desert.
He does not look like he's exploding into the ball like you would expect for a guy that Sweeney calls the best he's seen out of JC, and a great slashing runner. Probably just working his way into shape. He does have a hamstring pull.
Yeah, he injured it the first day of practice and re-injured it last week.
We're under 3 minutes to play now on 2nd down. Oh, good tackle right at the line of scrimmage on Reggie Brown by Rico Petrini. And he falls forward for a couple.
Rico's got a lot of solo tackles tonight.
Yes, he does. He's been playing well.
Big
with a lot of intensity.
3rd down right here.
It'll be 3rd down and 9. The ball at the 32 of Oregon State. We have 2:29. The clock is running.
Fresno State holds to form. We'll see some kind of a bootleg or a rollout. Claiborne outside, away from the rush.
Under a rush. Incomplete. Great pressure put on Claiborne that time. The whole front line, Tom Holmes, David Kepke, Pakiina, everybody chasing him.
They're going to try a field goal here, Jimmy. This is a guy we saw in practice, you and I, who was kicking him from 50 yards. Not making them all from 50 yards, but kicking him from 50 yards. And he had the distance. Let's see now.
He kept changing feet. Remember?
Yes, that's right. He kicked right-footed and then left-footed.
I think
Lassonde has a career long of 47 yards. His long this year is 33 yards. The spot will be made at the 40. So that's a 50-yard field goal attempt.
He just missed a 57-yarder in their spring game, so he's got distance.
And he kicked from here before practice, before the game, excuse me.
Oh, he's got the distance, but it is no good. Off to the right. So Fresno State is denied. We have 2:03 to go, and it's 7-0. The Bulldogs on top. Be right back. First down and 10 for Oregon State. Shanklin on the pitch. Oh, my. Cameron Reynolds went down hard.
He got the first down.
Rio Wells and Lance Thomas put the hit on Cameron Reynolds.
When you watch this replay, great play by Shanklin. Look at this. Right at the absolute last minute. Now watch Cameron go for the first down.
Ooh.
He just goes by the flag. Let's see where they marked it.
Yeah, that'll be.
They just missed the first down.
Yeah,
second and 1.
Second down and a yard.
Call for the measurement there. I'm surprised they didn't measure that.
And the chains come out for the measurement. 1:56 remaining in the first half.
Interesting how they did that. The referee picked up the ball and ran halfway the middle of the field, then brought the ball back and marked it. Oops.
First down.
Good effort, Cam Reynolds.
Yes, indeed.
Good effort.
Gave up his body for the good of the club.
Good effort, Jerry Pettibone, making him measure that thing.
Earlier we were talking about Ron Papazian, the weak side linebacker, number 95, and he's something. Last year against Oregon State, he had 24 tackles, 16 unassisted, and it wasn't the only time. He had 2 other games last season in which he had 20 or more tackles.
He's a good one.
Phenomenal nose for the ball.
First down for the Beavers at the 42-yard line. Shanklin will keep. And that's another Beaver first down as Shanklin goes around the right side, pursued and finally stopped by Lance Thomas.
Nice read.
So that'll move it into Fresno State territory
Nice
with a minute 48 to go.
Great block there. Who was that coming from the outside? Joe Douglas was the one that threw that block. Hello.
Credit where it's due.
I cannot believe Fresno State is still bringing people with 142. You'd think Thomas would loosen up a bit, but he seems to be flying for the football.
First down at the 45. That's Raul Morgan, the fullback. It's up to around the 42-yard line. Stopped by Demetrius Edwards and Steve Kasner.
You know, the Beavers are capable of scoring in the final minutes of the first half, if you'll recall the Arizona State game.
Yep.
Well, the offense.
A lot of folks over on that sideline like to see that.
There's the brain trust right there.
A minute 29 to go here in the first half. So hey, remember to tune in to Prime Sports Northwest next Saturday for live Big Sky Conference football. The Northern Arizona Lumberjacks and the Montana State Bobcats join Rich Waltz and Ernie Scalio for all the action beginning at 11 on Prime Sports Northwest. That's 11 o'clock in the morning. Take another look at that big block a moment ago.
Now coming in from the right side of your screen. Let's take a look. Boom.
Oh, boy.
Oregon's Player of the Year on offense a couple of years ago out of, I believe, South Salem High School.
You know, guys, I noticed on that last shot of the sideline with Coach Jerry Pettibone, head coach Mike Summers is on the field tonight. Usually, is he not up in the press box, Steve?
You're correct.
Yes, he has been.
Maybe he's going to play. You never know.
I bet he'd like to.
He would. He's an intense, focused guy.
Second down and 7, a minute 29 to play in the half. And Raul Morgan drives ahead. There he's stopped by Papazian, team leader in tackles.
Beavers in their hurry-up offense here with a minute 15 to go.
Clock running, a minute 10 to go. Third down and 2.
Got to play.
Shanklin,
Good.
out of bounds. That stops the clock with 56 seconds to go. And he's out of bounds at about the 25 to 26-yard line.
Beavers still have a couple of timeouts they could spend as well, so the clock really not that big a factor right now.
Great block again coming to the inside, and just look at the speed. Don Shanklin makes that play by himself. Excellent job cutting up at a fine block from the outside. I'm not sure whether that was Joe Douglas or Sylvester that time.
So here we go, first down and 10. Clock stopped with 56 seconds to play. Ball at the 26 of Fresno State. Cameron Reynolds bursts through a nice hole, spins away from a tackle and gets all the way down to the 7-yard line.
I think the ball is loose, Jimmy.
I did too.
The ball did come loose apparently. A big pileup. No indication given yet.
They're
still wrestling for it.
There was a Fresno State player on top of it.
Boy, what a tough break. Omar Stoutmeyer comes up with it.
Take a look at this. Cam just going for the extra yards. Great move here. Now let's see if he's down on the ground when he... No, he stripped away from the backside. Now the Beavers are going to give up a silly, looks like a silly foul as you see it from behind, and there's a big play from behind, a strip. And there's the scramble. Somebody from the Beaver side of the ball argued a little bit too vehemently, I believe, and cost them 15.
Oh, that'll move the ball upfield to about the 26-yard line, where it will be first down with 46 seconds to go.
What the Beavers have to do now is certainly not give up any more points this half. There's still time. The Bulldogs have a couple of timeouts. They could get the ball up into field goal position. That Lasan with the long, strong leg. You just want to make sure you get into that locker room only down 7 now.
And with momentum right there, switching a little, you look for Jim Sweeney to try to play it, go deep.
First down and 10. Claiborne lots of time this time. Going deep as a receiver out there, but it's broken up nicely. Knocked away at the last second down around the 30-yard line by William Ephraim.
Another breakup.
Absolutely. Catch that, Will. Take a look at this. He's got both hands on this ball, I think. He's trying to extend that breakup record. No, he made a nice attempt at getting that ball for an interception.
Well, once again, Claiborne just threw it up for grabs. We have a report, an injury report. Chris Rockwell sprained his left knee. He is finished for the evening. He will not be back.
That's the starting left end. And again, they're not very deep.
Jim Sweeney always has a few tricks up his sleeve.
Oh, baby.
That's down around the 45-yard line. Oliver, the ball carrier, and Reggie Tung on the bottom of the pile.
Boy, as Scott said, this is not a time to give somebody a cheap 3 or 7 points with a letdown.
They make the spot of the ball at the 43. So it's first down and 10. The clock is running now. 25 seconds. What if they know the clock has started?
Well, I don't believe they did. In fact, the coaches, we are next to the assistant coaches booth up here right alongside, and they did not know it was going. They finally got word on the field to stop the clock, and Fresno State does call the timeout with 20 seconds to go.
Oliver, who's been the workhorse tonight for Fresno State, has 91 yards in this first half. Carried the ball 14 times. That's a real load. If he can continue that way, he'll step in nicely for Pittman.
Seems like Oregon State always sees a great runner.
Yeah.
Here at Fresno State, particularly.
It's interesting, in the newspaper, the Fresno Bee, they're doing I think it's going to be a weekly diary. Michael Pittman talking about his rehab as he comes back from the broken collarbone. They might discontinue that series after a week if Oliver continues to play this well.
Well, it'll be a real quick rehab.
Tough break for Pittman, who played behind Anthony Daigle and Ron Rivers, two of the best ever backs here at Fresno State. He finally gets his chance to play and gets knocked out.
What did those two gentlemen have?
253 yards a year ago against Oregon State.
And 5,500 yards between them in their careers and 73 touchdowns. Wow.
First down and 10. We have 20 seconds to go.
Another.
Claiborne again airing it out. And it's incomplete. Roberson is the intended receiver, but he could not get to it.
Boy, he has got
William
great
Ephraim
speed.
And
he sure does.
Buster Illahee on the cover.
He almost got to it, Jimmy, and that was a heck of a heave by Claiborne.
Well, Roberson has excellent speed. He's caught 7 balls going into the game tonight.
Take a look at this.
He had a 75-yard touchdown reception and a 25-yard reception for TD against San Jose State in the win here, their home opener.
He didn't play much last year.
Well,
only caught 5 balls the entire season.
They'll air it out
again.
again.
Second down and 10.
No, they won't air it out
No,
again.
they're not going to. Just run it straight up the middle. Clock is running. That should be the last play of the half.
Never could understand that. You're this close, you're midfield, why not heave it?
Still had a timeout to go as well.
And that's it. That's the end of the first half here in Fresno, with Fresno State holding a 7-0 lead. They scored early, and the Beavers really haven't threatened at all. They had a couple of shots, but came up with some big penalties.
Pretty quiet night so far.
You know, guys, I feel pretty good for Oregon State's chances because really they've not been blessed with the best field position.
All right, let's go downstairs now for Coach Pettibone.
Coach, you've had your opportunities tonight, just haven't fallen your way yet.
Well, that's exactly right, David. First thing that started, we didn't have any communication down on the sideline for about the first 10 minutes of the first quarter, which caused a lot of disruption in the way we normally do things. But then every time we have an opportunity to get something going, we're doing things ourselves that hurt us, especially right here at the end. Defense played extremely well from the first drive on, and now the offense gets an opportunity to move the ball down, possibly score at least, get a field goal right before half, and we put the ball on the ground and give it back to Fresno State. We got to settle down. We got to play our kind of football and concentrate and do the things we're capable of doing, and we're going to be all right.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much. Good luck in the second half. Beavers only down 7-zip.
All right, David Enders, thank you very much. Thanks to Jerry Pettibone, and we'll be back with some halftime features right after this. Fresno State leads it 7-0 at the break.
Picture of Mike Summers on the sideline for the other highlight, but here are the statistics.
Look at the time of possession.
Oh, huge. 18 minutes. A lot of that brought about because of the field position that we talked about during the game. Oregon State has not thrown for any yardage. They're right on a 300-yard game rushing, so that's kind of normal. Pretty even total yards.
And 2 turnovers in the half. Welcome back, everybody, to the Doghouse, Bulldog Stadium in Fresno, where at halftime it's 7-0. Fresno State leading Oregon State. Not an exciting first half of play, but we've got 1 complete half to go. J.J. Young ran the ball only 3 times in that first half, Steve. I don't know if he was injured at one point. The trainer says there are no injuries.
Well, again, before the game, Coach Summers felt like he needed to get some other people in the game to just rest J.J. and Cam a little bit. Felt like Shea Hawkins and Mark Alford, as well as Jason Berry, had practiced well and were going to play. Really just because of the beating they take. We've shown these blocks all through the first half that these running backs are making, and that's the reason J.J. wasn't in there, is just to give him a little bit of rest. But we'll see him this second half.
Oregon State will receive the second half kickoff. Shazar Hawkins is back to receive along with J.J. Young. And here we go. Taken at the 2 by Hawkins. Oh, my. Hit down hard at the 20-yard line by Andre Griggs. He's the young man from Portland's Jefferson High School. Boy, ouch. What a collision.
Ouch. Take a look at this. Quick substitution after the drop last time, and then just Griggs completely open and just puts the leather to him. That's the shot you love to have as a guy covering a kickoff. Don Shanklin up over the ball.
18 yards on the return. First down and 10. Beavers at their 20. Shanklin. Reynolds falls on it, and it'll be a loss back to the 8-yard line.
Great pressure by Omar Stoudemire there.
A little bit different coverage there. That looks like let's see, it's the double option right here. Ooh, fullback just passed up the block. It looked like JD had a real shot right there, and the defensive player flew right by him and hit Don Shanklin. He wasn't expecting it.
So it's second down now and 21. Ball at the 9. Shanklin keeping. Dives ahead to the 15 for a short gain on the play. Dion Lafitte, the middle linebacker, backup middle linebacker, makes a tackle along with Stoudemire.
Lots of talking going on down there.
Speaking of talk going on, I hope Mike Summers is now upstairs and being able to communicate down on the field.
He is. Apparently, according to the athletic director here at Fresno State, Gary Cunningham, there was transmission down to the sideline just before the game started, but certainly Jerry Pettibone doesn't agree with that philosophy.
Third down and 15. Shanklin gets about 4. So he gets back close to the original line of scrimmage before Steve Kasner makes the tackle. Tackle spotted just shy of the 20-yard line. So that'll bring the punt team on.
See Don Shanklin coming off, and picture of Doug Stuckey, who hit the last one pretty darn well.
He's had a couple of long punts tonight, one with a good bounce, one through the air.
Fresno State with an opportunity for good field position once more here. Stuckey will hit it from his 8-yard line.
Oh, nice kick.
Rochelle takes it at the 44. Looks like there's a loose football. And it appears that Fresno has maintained possession. Cam Reynolds on the tackle. So it'll be first down and 10 for Fresno State. They lead it 7-0 on a first quarter score by Sal Mejico.
Nice hit right there. Nice coverage by Cam, and there's the ball loose. Just get lucky, Beavers. So many close plays tonight. Oh, new quarterback.
Number 10, that's Richie Donati.
Richie Donati, a sophomore from Santa Barbara. Big fella, 6'3", 200 pounds. Jim Sweeney's going to send him out, see if he can get this club moving. Oliver, he's over 100 yards on the night. He had 97 in the first half of play. Crosses the 50 to about the 47-yard line of Oregon State, where he's met by Rico Petrini.
Well, you talk about statistics. Fresno State is 46-2-1 when they have a 100-yard rusher here in the doghouse since 1985.
That's a pretty good number.
Boy, it sure is. And the Beavers have allowed him 100 yards and still only out of this 7-0.
Oliver now with 16 carries and 105 yards.
Donati isn't nearly as quick as Adrian was. Let's see if...
Second down and
Beavers...
2. Oliver did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Came up just a little bit short. Donati, Sweeney says, has the best arm of any of his quarterbacks.
Well, Sweeney may feel like he's had receivers out there, and Adrian Claiborne just didn't quite get him the ball. Maybe we're going to see those long bombs, Jimmy.
Well, he really threw the ball poorly in the first half.
Yeah, he
very,
did.
very unimpressive.
Donati, by the way, has the best arm of all the Fresno State quarterbacks, so I think getting that ball delivered, I think you just said that, didn't you? didn't you?
Pay attention now.
Our communication with Scott has been cut.
On third down and 2. Caught. Oh, my. Was he inbounds? Apparently so.
Well, it bounced.
Looked like it was intended for Mejico. And it was caught by David Dunn.
Well, this is luck's not going the right way. Watch this. Hits Mejico, pops it up in the air. Wow.
My goodness. Luck of the Irish for Jim Sweeney. Sweeney's had good luck against Pac-10 teams. He's 11-7 against the conference. And he's 5-3 against Oregon State. The winningest program in the West since 1985. First down and 10. Ball at the 36-yard line of Oregon State. Oliver. First down and more. Across the 20-yard line goes Oliver. Reggie Tung pushes him out. Jerome Oliver, who had, as we mentioned earlier in the game, only 16 yards going into the game tonight. He's over 100 for this evening's game.
Well, that's the counter tray. They pull the guard and the off tackle, move the fullback to the offside as he takes the flow with him. Then they bring the onside or offside guard and tackle and lead the play. It's what the Washington Redskins have lived and died with for years.
16 yards on the carry. First down and 10 at the 20. And Oliver gets a couple of yards before he's put down by Kane Rogers. Oliver's doing a pretty good job on imitating Anthony Daigle and Ron Rivers. He could have a 200-yard night tonight.
This is a big defensive series for Oregon State. They would not like to get 2 touchdowns down here in the second half.
No, sir. A slim 7-0 count here with 11:16 to go in the third quarter. It's second down and 9 for Fresno State. 123 yards already. Oliver again. You'd think he'd be getting tired about now, wouldn't you?
He sure would.
I'm tired of watching him.
Yeah, I agree. Corey Hewitt makes a stop at the 15-yard line as Fresno State continues their march.
Now, without the scrambling ability of Claiborne as we watch this replay, Donati will probably go more to the tight end Typical pro offense like this will bring the tight end across the middle. He'll just hook up, send the wide receivers on individual routes, and let the tight end sneak out in the flat, sneak down the middle, hook up whatever he needs to get open for a first down.
Fresno State at the 15 on 3rd down and 5. Guess who? Oliver not going to get anything this time.
Nice play.
He's cracked hard by Kane Rogers and Reggie Tung. Reggie got a hold of him, and Kane Rogers came in to put the finishing touch on.
You may have seen that last graphic. Inside the red zone, 5 out of 6 in scoring opportunities, Fresno State. Looks like they're going to have to go for the field goal here in order to keep that stat alive.
Well, they have excellent success in the red zone. Coming into the game, they were 7 of 9, and 6 of those 7 scores were touchdowns. Here's a field goal attempt. Johan Lasson. It'll be spotted at the 22. Make it the 23. Plenty of leg, and it is good. So Fresno State packs 3 more on the board, and now with 9:43 to go in the 3rd quarter of play, it's Fresno State 10, Oregon State nothing. On Prime Sports Northwest. J.J. Young and Shea Hawkins back to receive the kickoff. At the 4-yard line. Back to the 17. It'll be first down Beavers there.
Guys, I just want to mention, I just had a visit by Scott Johnson, the sports information director of Fresno State, and he has indicated to us that that the communication was working properly, and that there was apparently a moment where they were not working, and walkie-talkies were made available if coach wanted to do the walkie-talkie routine. Apparently there was some miscommunication about the communication situation there, but in any case, Jerry Pettibone mentioned it. He was not happy at halftime, and Mike Summers spent the first half on the field.
2 wide receivers to the top of your screen. This is Cameron Reynolds. Cameron Reynolds picks up another 5 yards after he was banged by Omar Stottmeyer. Lance Thomason on the tackle as well.
Cameron Reynolds can really jitterbug, can't he? Wow.
Yes, sir. He's a very interesting runner.
Take a look at this. Just look at the cuts. It's impossible to bring down. Rarely see him fumble the ball. I was real surprised first half.
First down and 10. 29-yard line. J.J. Young looks like he slipped as he approached the line of scrimmage. Dion Lafitte, backup middle linebacker, makes a stop.
Not to belabor. I'm sorry. Sorry, I was just going to mention, not to belabor the point, but the reason the Fresno State coaches apparently kept their communication up was because the walkie-talkies had been made available to Oregon State down on the field. So they weren't trying to get an unfair advantage.
Good look at Cameron Reynolds cutting down Dion Lafitte. Fine block. Reynolds a very fine blocker. All the backs have to be good blockers in this offense. On second down. Shanklin pitches at the last second, and J.J. is hammered. Rio Wells, along with Papazian, make the tackle.
Well, the defense is trying to force Oregon State into the short sideline. They've done a good job of it. As you see, the Beavers just run out of room. That's called a 12th man. Sideline is definitely the 12th man.
We had a Bulldog shaken up. Williams, Danny Williams. And he's going to jog off the field. So the ball will be at the 37-yard line. And it'll be third down and 7 for the Beavers. Trailing it now 10-0.
Well, before they moved the hash marks a couple of years ago or last year, the advantage was really on the defensive side of the ball when they forced you into the sideline. They've gained a couple of yards the way it's designed now.
Shanklin throwing over the middle. Intercepted.
No,
it's not
incomplete.
caught. It's not caught. Dion Lafitte almost had one picked off. Close, but no cigar.
Again, Oregon State using the play pass. He's got the tight end coming across the middle. I don't think Don sees the linebacker at all coming from the other side. Don's reading Lance Thomas, number 7, feels like he has the tight end completely open. Linebacker sneaks into the backside, does a good job.
Charlie Jones on the 30-yard line will return the punt. Stuckey's, who averaged 38 yards so far tonight. Oh, a lovely punt. High and long, and the fair catch is taken at the 20.
Whoa. Mr. Stuckey has gotten into it this last
indeed.
4 or 5 kicks.
Good boot that time by Doug Stuckey. 48 yards on the punt.
Well, that
and
would,
no roll.
That would help to have the Beavers, Doug, start kicking like that. Nice night for him.
So it'll be first down for Fresno State. Ball just shy of the 20-yard line in Bulldog territory. They lead it 10-0. Next week, they'll go to Hawaii to play. They're a powerhouse over there in the islands. Then we'll meet nationally ranked BYU, followed by co-conference champion Wyoming. Well, they've got no walk in the park. This is Oliver, cracking for about 3. He doesn't lose yardage very often. Eric Hale on the tackle of Oliver. Oliver had 1,595 yards gained on the ground in his junior college career at Rick's Junior College before transferring here to Fresno, before enrolling here at Fresno State. Ball to 25. It's second down and 5. Oliver again. Michael Hale rolls up and bangs him. Well played by Michael Hale. He got there in a hurry. Sykes there also.
In the booth next to us, we have Fresno State's coaches, and when somebody misses a block, boy, do they cut loose a scream up here. They were unhappy that Mr. Hale got in there quick like that.
Oh, he got there in a hurry. 7:05 to go. Clock is running here in the third quarter. And Beavers down by 10.
Big play right here.
They're down and 3. Oliver picks up the first down and then some as he comes across the 35, where he's tackled by Reggie Tung. Oh, they've really found something in Jerome Oliver. He can also catch the ball out of the backfield, although he only has 1 reception so far this season.
Just pulled the guard and ran him around there all by himself, and he's just picking away. Jim Sweeney saying, nice day, my man. Beavers have got to stop this. They can't afford to give up another long run or another long drive.
Oliver now with 144 yards gained. First down and 10. And unable to hold on to it is Reggie Brown. Almost booted it off his knee into open space, but collects it for a loss back to the 33-yard line.
Well, the Beavers need Reggie to play pretty well to keep Oliver off the...
Yes, that's a good point.
Hits him right in the hands.
Well, this will bring up second down and 14 now. You know the average winning margin here at home since 1985?
Nearly 4 TDs, right?
25 points. Can you imagine that?
Oh, boy, I tell you.
They have built some program here. Oliver again comes across the 35.
Well,
he's tackled by Rico Petrini.
For an area that was really tough, Fresno State's offensive line, Jim Sweeney's complained about it in the newspaper. You saw the quote out early on, and they have played very well tonight, knocking the holes out there.
And Steve, you know they don't make many changes there either. Those 5 guys pretty much play the whole time.
Mm-hmm. They got an all-wax center in Jason James, who was experimenting out at the tackle position. Now he's back, probably feels a lot more comfortable, a lot more confident.
Third down, 11. Donati to throw, under pressure. It is caught by Roberson. Nicely thrown ball by Richie Donati. Threaded it through to Brian Roberson. Mark Williams, the cover man for Oregon State.
Boy,
and that moves the ball upfield to the 33 of the Beavers.
Look at the coverage. Great coverage. Wow. Great pass, great coverage. Quarterback just gets rid of it as he's nailed. Tommy Holmes just one step quicker and it's all over. Great pass. Look at that. That's
excellent.
Excellent defense.
Well, Donati, coming into the game tonight, had completed 64% of his passes with 1 touchdown. First down and 10 at the 33. Oliver again. Slides through a little opening. The great individual effort by Oliver. He's stopped by Corey Hewitt, but Oliver did a fine job of keeping his balance and continued to make progress to about the 25.
You can see Oliver as he walks back. He's only 5'9". He's listed to 5'9". Appears to be shorter than that, comparing him to his offensive lineman. A lot of times it appears that Oregon State's people don't see him until he's already run by him.
Second down and 2 as Oliver picks up another 8 to add to that impressive total tonight. This is Mejico. He's tackled by Corey Hewitt and David Kepke. And that's enough to move the sticks. So that'll put the ball at the 21.
See the Beavers trying to get some excitement going here. They got to stop this drive.
Talking about excitement, guys, this week, Jim Sweeney, of course, he closes practices, but I've heard from some of the Fresno State people, he was the most animated he has been in a long, long time, getting his players' attention for this game.
Well, that's saying something, too, because he's always pretty well motivated and animated. And a penalty flag is down, halting the play. Flag down at the 20-yard line.
Left tackle on the offensive side just pulled a little bit too quick, so the Beavers will get the benefit of 5 additional yards.
That's Chris Conrad. He's a rather a redshirt freshman. This offensive line averages 291 pounds. Just a touch smaller than the Beavers' average of 296. Oliver comes back into the ball game on first down and 15. Ball at the 26-yard line. Here's Oliver. Slices inside nicely. Back to the original line of scrimmage where Michael Hale makes a tackle. Now we'll update you on Oliver. He's getting close to 30 carries.
You just didn't hear anything about him in the paper. He was sort of the guy that was there because of the injuries to his predecessor.
And that's probably the only reason he's playing tonight. 27 carries for 159 yards. Second and 11. Oliver again. And another gain, albeit short. Tackle by Corey Hewitt. Right around the 20. Clock is down to 2:30. Clock is moving. And what do you know? Oliver comes up limping.
Going to get him off the field, it looks like.
Well, boy, that would be a tough break for Fresno if he's seriously injured.
Take a look here. Nice tackle by Corey Hewitt. Looks like his own man comes in from the backside.
Third down and 9. One step drop. Ball is caught by Roberson, but for only a yard gain as William Ephraim was right on top of him.
Well, a field goal try.
Field goal kicker Johan Lassond is 1 for 1 tonight. The spot will be made at the 24. It'll be a 34-yard field goal.
Little change of spot.
Going to kick it with his right leg.
It's a little deep. Oh, baby.
Penalty flag goes. Kick is good, but there is a flag down.
Now let's see what Jim Sweeney will do here. Will he wipe that score off the board? That gives a first down.
It's offside against Oregon State. Well, that should give Oregon or Fresno State a first down.
Wow. Look at that tattoo on Jason James' arm. Well, they believe they can score, obviously. This is a challenge point for Oregon State. Oh, that was a big offsides.
The ball now at the 11-yard line. It is a first down. 1st and 10 at the 11. Oliver leaving the game with that injury. We don't know what it is. Did he come back? He is back. Yes, he is. First down. Here's Oliver. Nothing this time. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Tackled by Corey Hewitt. Let's go down to the sideline now and join David Endress. David?
Guys, Oregon State still looking for that big play defensively tonight. Last week it was Reggie Tung, 3 interceptions, 2 touchdown returns on those interceptions. And this week, Sports Illustrated Defensive Player of the Week across the nation. That's a pretty nice job by Reggie Tung. Maybe he can repeat tonight.
And Reggie tied a Pac-10 record with 2 pass interceptions returned for touchdowns.
Well, they need a big defensive play right now.
2nd down and 9. Time getting short here in the 3rd quarter. Donati throwing complete to Oliver. Touchdown. Well, we mentioned that Oliver can catch the ball coming out of the backfield. Nice catch by Oliver. He goes on in for another score for Fresno State.
Take a look at this bootlegging. You watch Oliver crisscrossing underneath. There's a counter play, just a nice crisscross move by Oliver. Sneak him out down close. It loses the linebacker that's in coverage.
Boy, what a night for this kid. Point after touchdown. Lasan is good. He is perfect this season. Has not missed a point after touchdown try. So we have 29 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and Fresno State has bumped their lead to 17. 17-0 Bulldogs over the Beavers.
Back with a second look at the touchdown. Watch 25 Oliver. He's on the left side bottom. Sneaks underneath. There's a linebacker who's got to pick him up right there. Hides, basically. Runs across, and you see the people chasing. Eric Hale's probably the responsible guy, but it's a tough read, folks. Very deceptive, and something that you see in the pros, again, where Sweeney has his training and the system he runs.
And that is the 2nd touchdown thrown this year by Donati. 13 plays, 80 yards. A very nice drive, and look at the time it consumed. 7 minutes and 38 seconds.
Well, the Beavs have really got pressure on now. 17 points to make up in a quarter. 4th quarter has not been a good quarter for Fresno State this year, but the Beavers need a kickoff to start this thing.
Here's Green at the 10. And down he goes after a short return to the 23. He's knocked down by Andre Griggs and Omar Stoutmeyer. So the Beavers have another offensive opportunity. 1st down and 10 at the 23 in the Beaver end of the football field.
Well, there's a flag down, a personal foul, it looks like, up the field a ways. Let's see who they call it on. It looked as though the Oregon State player got knocked flat from the behind side. Personal foul right there. That's an extra 15, so the Beavers will have good field position.
They haven't had a lot of that tonight.
Jim Sweeney will find the guy on that sideline that did that.
The Beavers, of course, rely on big play offense, big play defense, and really have had neither tonight.
Nope, not a bit.
Ball advanced to the 38. Shanklin going to the air.
Ah, yes, he caught it.
Nice catch along the sideline by Sylvester Green. Very nice indeed, down to the 40-yard line where Lance Thomas bangs him out of bounds.
That's a tough throw, and that is a great throw. You watch this. Shanklin sets up leads him perfectly. Yes, sir. Right there on the sideline, 1 foot in bounds, no question about it.
22 yards on the play.
Threaded the needle.
Yes, he did.
Lance Thomas actually made a pretty decent play coming from the inside position.
First down at the Fresno State 40. Here's Shanklin. Reynolds squirts across the line of scrimmage for about a yard. He's knocked down by Larry Cook and Steve Kasner. You see the time in the lower right-hand corner. This time remaining in the third quarter. That'll be the last play of the quarter. And that is the end of the third quarter of play in Fresno with the score, the Bulldogs 17 and the Beavers nothing.
This program is authorized under television rights granted by Oregon State University. Any publication, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of Prime Sports Northwest is prohibited.
We're ready for the fourth quarter of play. I'm Jimmy Jones with Steve Priest, Scott Lynn, and David Endress. 17-0. Fresno State on top. The Beavers have a long ways to go. Ball is spotted at the 40-yard line of Fresno State. Shanklin on the option. He's going to keep it.
Pitch. Ooh. Oh.
That's about an 8-yard gain for Shanklin. Larry Cook makes the tackle. And that advances the ball to about the 37.
Take a look at the numbers at the end of the third. Bulldogs still out rushing the Beavers. The Beavers have not had their normal night. Only 22 yards throwing the ball.
Jerome Oliver has almost as many rushing yards as the Beavers.
He sure does. Donnie Shanklin on the last play made a great move to the inside, cut up, but had a late pitch outside.
Third down and 2. J.J. Young has the first down. He's met by Andre Griggs. He's another J.C. transferred from the College of the Redwoods, where he was an honorable mention junior college All-America.
That's the counter play here. Shanklin opens up to his right, comes back with a reverse spin. First down.
First down and 10 at the 29. And we have some movement up front. Looked like Demetrius Edwards jumped offside and violated that space. It is.
Stop that clock and pick up 5 yards. That's better than a first down.
Edwards had a dozen tackles at Washington State last week. Missed some practice time, actually, this week with a sore back.
That's the fourth penalty of the night for Fresno State. They've been penalized 30 yards so far. Ball at the 24 of Fresno State, and it's 1st and 5. Shanklin tripped up. Making the play is Omar Stoutmeyer.
Well, they have brought the strong safety on the unbalanced wide side of the field several times. You see Stoutmeyer, he's there, and the problem is he's coming right behind the fullback, and Shanklin does not see him. Now we're going to get a hold call against the Beavers, I believe. March him back farther.
Well, it's obviously against Oregon State.
And it was thrown right in the middle, so you got to believe it's a hold.
It is. 10 yards on the penalty. Watch the left guard.
This is Starling Leitu. Oh, yeah, he's got a death grip on that guy. 2-point takedown. But you look there at Stoutmeyer coming in from the outside. He's just flying through, and Shanklin does not see him until he's right on top of him. Just by the nature of how the play is divided.
So that pushes the ball back to the 34, and now it's 1st down and 15 for the Beavers. Shanklin can throw. Wide open. It's caught by Joe Douglas. All alone on the sideline. Well executed play. And Douglas is down to the 6. Larry Cook and Lance Thomas finally bulldog him down.
Well, Don Shanklin's got an excellent arm. He puts it right on the money again. Now the Bees need a score quick.
Here's Joe Douglas, the recipient of that ball a moment ago, to give the Beavers first down and goal at the 6.
Yeah, don't waste time, Beavs. Score right away.
J.J. Young down to the 3. He's tackled by Lance Thomas. Beavers coming into the game on first and goal situations 2 of 4. They got 1 touchdown and 1 field goal in first and goal situations. They'll spot it at the 3. It'll be second down and goal at that point. J.J. Young with only 18 yards gained tonight on 7 carries. Second down. Shanklin down to the 1-yard line. He's tackled by Andre Griggs.
Well, Griggs has been active tonight, hasn't he?
He sure has.
And he's a backup on that weak side.
Whoa, what a hit. Look at this shot. Griggs just bends Shanklin over backwards. Don't hesitate. That's it. Go up the field. Ouch.
Well, they make the spot on the 2. So it's third and goal at the 2. J.J. Young hurdles for the goal line. Did not get in. Very, very close. Went airborne. Trying to get in the end zone, but could not.
Boy, I thought he broke the plank, guys.
Too.
I really did.
Let's take a look. Nice. Oh, yeah.
Real hard from that angle to tell, looking from behind. Well, it's going to be marked on the 1.
Well, I can't believe they've marked it back a couple of feet.
Beavers, a recipient of a nice spot a week ago, had some difficulty in that area tonight.
They need about 2 feet for the touchdown on 4th down.
Now you listen to the fans. Touchdown.
And Shanklin keeps it for the score. So the Beavers get on the scoreboard with 11:10 to go in the 4th quarter of play.
Those officials didn't signal that for a long
touchdown.
time.
I'll tell you. There wasn't anybody on the whole team left on the upside of the field, but they didn't give a signal.
No question he was in easily. So for Shanklin, his 2nd touchdown of the season. Now the point after touchdown try.
Well,
Randy Lund is 4 of 6 kicking extra points. It's good.
Good.
So with 11:10 to go in this one here in Fresno, it's 17-7. The Beavers trailing the Bulldogs. We welcome you back. The Beavers have gotten on the board, but it's a 10-point spread. Fresno State on top. 11:10 to go to catch up those 10 points.
And you just saw a good shot from the back of Don Shanklin, finding the hole, picking it out himself, and just making sure he gets through there. Tremendous advantage when you do see a quarterback from the backside and you got those kind of splits.
Lotario Rochelle takes it, comes to the 20, and spun down at the 23-24 yard line. And that's where the Bulldogs will start, first down and 10.
No time for a drive from the Beavers standpoint.
You know, the Beavers coaching staff really wasn't certain what kind of defense they put up against Oregon State tonight. They've got a new defensive coordinator. They didn't really know what his philosophy was.
Well, they presumed it was going to be an offset Eagle defense with 3 down linemen, offset, stacked linebackers, and that's what we've seen most of the night.
First down and 10 at the 24-yard line. Workhorse, Oliver. Kane Rogers puts him down hard.
The defensive coordinator here at Fresno State is Leon Burtonette, that used to be the head coach at Purdue, was with Jim Sweeney before, I believe, at Washington State.
There's a 1-yard gain on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. Clock continues to run. A lot of time to go here in the 4th quarter. 10:35 remaining.
Well, you look at that last series by the Beavers. 2 big passes, key first downs.
Oliver breaks it at the 40. Got one man to beat. That was William Ephraim, who drags him out of bounds at the 35. Now this is going to put Oliver very close, if not over 200 yards for the night.
Wow.
40-yard scamper for Oliver. He's got to just be exhausted. That's 203 yards on the night for Oliver.
Well,
That's a pass reception for a touchdown.
Rocky Long is going to be very, very unhappy with some of the contain. There's somebody that's responsible for the outside, and that person has been knocked down a lot tonight, as you see the Beavers inside. Rico Petrini's made several tackles coming from the inside linebacker position, but there's supposed to be somebody out there turning that play in. There is always a force.
First down at the 35 of Oregon State. This time it's Mejico. And he crosses the 35 to the 37. He's tackled by Kelron Sykes, the 220-pound freshman youngster from Los Angeles. And they're going to put it on the 33-yard line.
We've sure called Kelron Sykes' name a lot of time tonight.
Yes, he's done a good job, the youngster. So it's 2nd down.
He's
And
excited.
a long 8.
Boy, big play, Beavs.
Oliver to the 30. Well, that'll bring up 3rd down and about 5. Tackled by Corey Hewitt and Kane Rogers. Those two have combined on a lot of tackles tonight. So it will be 3rd down and 5 for Fresno State. And they're going to give Oliver a bit of a rest.
Well, I'm surprised that Sweeney would do something other than just throw a little dink pass trying to keep the ball in good position. He doesn't want to sack. Look for him to give it to Mejico right here.
3rd down and 5. Throwing over the middle. It's caught by Roberson. First down, Fresno State. The reception to the 20-yard line where he's tackled by Mark Williams.
Slant pattern. Blitz. Defensive backs takes the inside away. Just a well-thrown ball. Donati can throw that baby.
Well, as we said earlier, Jim thinks that Donati has the best arm on the ball club. He threw only one pass all of last year.
Well, he's had a big night tonight. 5 for 5. Nice night.
First down and 10. Oliver on a delay. And Oliver gets down to the 15. Kane Rogers on the tackle for Oregon State.
Nifty little run here.
Helping out again.
People might be wondering whether the coaching staff knew about Oliver, and yes, they did. They knew Jerome Oliver was a good runner. They said, hey, yeah, they lost Michael Pittman, but I'll tell you what, this Oliver kid's got a lot of talent, but he's having a heck of a night.
And Rocky Long was certain before the game that Oregon State would see the run, not the pass, even though the yardage had been pretty much pass yardage.
33 carries now for Oliver.
And time is a-going.
He's played 2 games tonight. 2nd down and 5. Oliver again. Well, when something's working for you, just keep going to it. I guess that's a philosophy.
That's the only philosophy in football.
Yes, sir.
Make them stop it and then come back with something else.
So the advance is to the 13-yard line.
That's the way they did it in Flathead.
Flathead High School, named after Jim. Oh, there's a lot of Jim Sweeney stories around.
Boy, there are. You can't tell them on television.
I was just going to say, some we could tell you, some we couldn't. 3rd down and 4. This is Brown. Close to the 10-yard line goes Reggie Brown.
Oh, boy.
He's tackled by Petrini. A lot of tackles tonight for Petrini. Reggie Brown playing behind Jerome Oliver at tailback. As they've only used 3 running backs tonight, Mejico, Oliver, and Brown. They have another on the depth chart, Chris Burke, but we've not seen him yet tonight.
See Mejico limping off. Great blocker right there. Doesn't get much of the notice because you don't. He didn't carry the ball, but he's leading that play almost every time that Oliver runs with it or Brown runs with it.
I'll tell you, this offensive line has done a really nice job for Fresno State tonight. They're big, 280, 285, 305, 275, 310. Some big fellows doing a nice job.
Louis Major is in. Across the 10-yard line to the 9. The tackle by Tom Holmes.
I'm not sure how long this drive has been, but it has to be 4 or 4.5 minutes by now. Big minutes for the Beavers.
Beavers scored with 11:10 to go.
Oh, boy.
It's been a nice drive.
5 minutes right on the button coming up.
Ball just across the 10. 2nd down. There's Oliver, touchdown. 221 yards tonight for Oliver, and give him another touchdown.
Well, he's had quite a night. Take a look at this. Same thing. There's that counter again. Guard and tackle pull. The counter tray. Wide open.
The assistant coaches next door to us high-fiving each other. They like the play a lot.
Well, that's the old ball game, and that play has hurt Oregon State. Rocky Long was afraid of it. Just when you get a team that's over-aggressive and blitzes like the Beavers, you're susceptible to that kind of a flow.
Point after touchdown kick by Lassonde is perfect. So now we have 5:55 remaining in this one, and Fresno State has pulled ahead. They lead it 24-7.
Well, as we take a look here at the touchdown play again, watch 76-61 come across leading this play, and here's Jerome Oliver. Nice little move right there, and this is his 35th carry. That's a school record, breaks the old record of some pretty good players, Larry Miller, Lorenzo Neal, and Aaron Craver. Neal now the professional boxer in New Orleans.
It'll be a touchback. Take a look at the scoring drive. It took 10 plays, go 76 yards in 5 minutes and 10 seconds, and Oliver scoring the touchdown. Oliver now, as Steve said, 35 carries, 221 yards. And if you're wondering, the single game rushing record here at Fresno State is 252 yards, set in 1952 by Larry Willoughby. Let's go downstairs to David Endress. David?
Well, guys, I'll tell you what, Oregon State is probably going to be glad not to play here anymore. If they lose tonight, it'll be 0 for 4 here at Fresno Stadium, and this crowd is something else. Boy, they know what they're doing. Every time Oregon State has the ball offensively, they just get louder and louder. Not a great place to play.
Here's Shanklin. And Shanklin has the first down on a nice effort. Lance Thomas makes the tackle. Well, Oregon State and Fresno State don't meet again until 1999, and that one will be played in Corvallis.
Well, see Don Shanklin, this is the double option. See the blocks there, Raul Morgan leading the play. Justin Moore back there in the backfield, I don't know where he came from. The tight end, and Don cuts up the field. See Big Tex right there coming back across to make the play.
Ball at the 34-yard line, J.J. Young. Nice hole for Young. He uses that speed to burst to midfield. He's just shy of the 50-yard line. He's tackled by Thomas and Papazin. Now they'll mark it at the 49. Clock shows 5 minutes, 31 seconds to go as the sticks are being moved again.
Terrence Blackwell in, great speed. Let's see if Don airs it out.
First down and 10 at the 49 of Oregon State. Gets about 2 yards. Now Lafitte in there to make the tackle, along with Papazian. And the advances to the 49-yard line of Fresno State. Clock running, 5 minutes to go.
Well, Jim Sweeney pumped him up big time for this one. And his no dogs down, as you can see it, that's held off tonight.
Second down and 8 for the Beavers. Shanklin throwing. Oh, hit him right on the shoulder. That was Joe Douglas. He turned to take the ball over the other shoulder that hit him on the pad and bounced away. Larry Cook and Omar Stoutmeyer covering him.
See Joe Douglas right there. It's tough to throw up this kind of play pass late in the game. They got to know it's there.
So that stops the clock now, 4:38 to go.
You can see Shanklin puts it over the incorrect shoulder, and Douglas turns to try to make the play. Actually, it looks like Douglas is really trying to knock the ball away so there isn't an interception.
Third down and 8. And Shanklin will spend a timeout.
Needed a timeout right there to make sure he had the right play up. Can't waste it right now. Game summary so far, 206 yards rushing. That's low in a long time for Oregon State. 2 turnovers, big turnovers they were, particularly the one just before the end of the first half when the Beavers had things moving. And this Fresno State side has all been Jerome Oliver and the way the offensive line has played. They have looked super.
Well, that 206 yards rushing is a shocker. Oregon State averages 318 a game. They're ranked 6th in the nation in rushing. They have been able to get it done tonight.
This offense takes a bit of time to come together, to get the timing down and so forth. Usually 2 or 3 games in the season, but I certainly expected to see fewer penalties than we've seen tonight. See Oregon State 6th in the nation prior to the game.
Where does Jerome Oliver rank nationally at this point? What a night he's had.
He's not going to be ranked for a while, but he's got a shot at it.
Yes, he does.
What a night. Third down and 8. Shanklin to the 40.
Boy.
And he's very close to a first down.
See where they
now
spot
he's going to be a
this.
little short. He's going to be just a bit short. Papazian and Deshay make the tackle.
Now look where they moved it back about a yard.
You know, interestingly, they initially signaled a little time. They said timeout, let's measure this, and then they said, oh, look at that, let's spot it here.
Yeah.
Let's keep the clock going, therefore.
Boy, they spotted that a foot or 2 off where the original spot was.
4th down and a yard. Beavers must have it. JJ. First down. Out of bounds to stop the clock. Stoutmeyer knocks J.J. Young down. The clock shows 4:07 to play. 24-7. Fresno State on top of the Beavers. Been a surprising night. Want to remind you that, again, that Oregon State will not play next week. It's their bye week next week. Beavers will be back in action on the 1st of October at Arizona. We'll be there with them to bring you the game.
Well, that'll be a fun night. Can you see that big Wildcat defense?
Shanklin sets up and throws. Wide open is Cameron Reynolds. And he goes out of bounds to stop the clock at the 18-yard line. Make that the 17. Lance Thomas, the cover man on the play.
You know, Oregon State has a very well-conceived passing game, but it's all off their running game. I just wish they'd pull the trigger a little quicker instead of waiting till the 4th quarter. Shanklin again, right absolutely on the money.
Shanklin is 3 of 8 tonight for 72 yards. First down and 10. J.J. Young for the touchdown. So that brings the Beavers a little closer. 3:54 remain here. And the Beavers get a second touchdown. J.J. Young just turns it on right here.
Keeps his streak alive of a touchdown in every game this season.
And the big touchdown run for J.J., of course, was that game against Arizona State when he went 68 yards. He had 105 yards for the night. Now Stuckey to attempt the point after touchdown. Or, excuse me, Randy Lund to attempt the point after touchdown. No problem. That's good. 3:54 to go in this one. 24-14, a 10-point lead for Fresno State. Let's look again at the touchdown run by J.J. Young. 17 yards on the carry.
It's a nice play right here. The counter, I believe. Yes, it is. Fullback coming to the left side of the offense. J.J. right. Watch starting late to downfield. Nice effort to get to the goal line. And now here the Beavers are with a certain onside kick. 2 minutes, 80 yards.
Beavers with the onside kick.
That's a great onside kick.
Excellent. But Fresno State gets it. It's Rochelle, Rochelle, who comes up with the ball for Fresno State. And it'll be at the 43-yard line. Or excuse me, the 47-yard line.
Well, a nice play by Rochelle right there. About 5 Beavers there for 1 Fresno State player.
So excellent field position for Fresno State with 3:53 to go. No reason for them to throw the ball.
It did look like Fresno State was anticipating that, quickly coming out of the huddle and kicking that onside kick. Well conceived, just didn't work.
It's a tough little kick like that to get it to hop and pop up in the air.
Here's Brown, bounces off one tackle, but Michael Hale is there to rest him down at midfield.
Call time, Beavs. Wasting right
Corey
now.
Hewitt and Kane Rogers on the tackle.
Beavers do have 2 timeouts remaining, 3 for the Bulldogs. Interestingly, no turnovers for Fresno State tonight. That's probably the biggest stat of the game.
Well, I'm pretty impressed with Donati, what we've seen of him. He threw a couple of real strikes that he had to throw tonight.
Did a good job of moving the team. 5 for 5 for 66 yards and a touchdown. Not bad for a half a night's work. Second down and 11. And that's Oliver crossing midfield. Let's go downstairs quickly here to David Enders. David?
Guys, on that onside kick, Buster Illahe got a little bit banged up for the Beavers. He came limping off the field. Hope it's nothing serious. Maybe we'll see him back in before the end of the game, but a tough injury this late in the ball game.
3:03 to go. There's a timeout on the field below. 24-14, Fresno State on top. When we come back, it'll be 3rd down and 11 for Fresno State. Want to remind you that Pac-10 volleyball action comes your way on Prime Sports Northwest. Next Saturday, the Beavers and the Cougars square off in Pullman. Get all the aces, digs, and spikes beginning at 7 right here on Prime Sports Northwest.
You know, earlier in the game, guys, we were talking about how tough it was for the Oregon State players to hang around the hotel all day long and wait for this evening game. And I think that really is tough, especially. And the Beavers have that situation here with the games at Arizona, the 2 games at Arizona early on, and this game as well. It was a very strange day. In the lobby of our hotel, they were having a wedding, too. And here I'm going to the swimming pool in my swimsuit, all those people in tuxedos. You feel a little underdressed.
Yeah.
They were a fun group, though. They ended up putting on the entire wedding party, put on these Marx Brothers noses and glasses. It was, then I felt more acceptable.
3rd down and 11. Oliver crosses the 50, comes to about the 49-yard line. He's short of the first down. He's tackled by Corey Hewitt.
Use the other timeout, Beavs. There we go.
So the Beavers will stop the clock with 2:51 to go. And when we come back, it'll be 4th down. Well, I thought they took a timeout.
I believe the Beavers did stop the clock, Jimmy. They are going to have a punting situation.
Yeah.
You know, and I mentioned this early on, and I think the Beavers, to have a chance to win this football game, need a break. And I had mentioned earlier that Emilio Botello, who was the original snapper, and I believe is snapping again here, had some trouble in this situation. But there's a new punter out there now, John Williams, who was the punter who held the job earlier this season.
If the Beavers do go for a block in this situation, it'll usually come from JJ or one of the folks who've got great speed that they'll bring inside.
Angled off to the right. It'll go out of bounds at around the 20-yard line. So possession will go to Oregon State. They've got a long ways to go. They're down by 10 with 2:46 to go. What do you think?
Well,
with this offense, can they catch up 10 and 2:46?
Well, it's tough. Their passing game comes directly from their running game. It's designed to keep the defense off balance. It isn't designed to go 50, 60 yards twice in a row to score inside of 2 minutes. It is not the kind of defense or offense you spend a lot of time in 2 minutes, but the Beavers do spend adequate time on this phase of the football game.
First down at the 25. J.D. Stewart straight ahead across the 30. Gets to about the 31. He's tackled there.
Let's get going, guys.
One thing the Beavers have going for them is about half the crowd has headed for home, so it won't be as noisy.
Second down and 4. Shanklin. Cam Reynolds can't get out of bounds. He gets up to the 41-yard line. He's tackled there by Lance Thomas and Larry Cook. That will stop the clock as they move the chains. 2:09 to go. As Cameron Reynolds has a nice gain.
You see it right there. Nice pitch. And watch JJ's block here, folks. That's excellent job. Trying to get the chain set. Beavers got to be ready to snap the ball. That was a nice little courtesy. The officials let Don Shanklin tie his shoe.
First down at the 41. J.D. Stewart. He's tackled by Andre Griggs. Griggs played a good game tonight. And they're going to put the ball down at the 46.
Well, when the Beavs call their triple option, they read it. Even if it's 2 minutes, they read it just like normal.
Shanklin drills it, and it's knocked down. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage by Andre Deshay. Great athlete.
Well, you can see it's a 3-step drop. It's pretty close to the line of scrimmage. And in sure passing situation, defensive linemen get their hands up. It's tough.
So now it's third down and 5. Shanklin again to throw. This time it's caught by Douglas. He's across midfield for the first down.
What great hands Joe Douglas has.
Just phenomenal.
Joe Douglas, who moved from halfback in the spring.
Take a look at this. This is threaded. Again, Shanklin's got the kind of arm he could drill the ball a lot more than he's drilling it.
First down and 10 at the 44 of Fresno State.
Oh, down.
Shanklin. And Cameron Reynolds is knocked out of bounds just beyond the line of scrimmage by Danny Williams.
Have you noticed when Don comes to his left tonight, he is really removing himself from the line of scrimmage? Take a look at this. instead of down the line, watch the depth he takes right there instead of the pitch. Right then he should have made the pitch, and I truly think that has something to do. Look at he gets to the ground. That's his right shoulder that was sprained and hurt a couple of weeks ago. I've noticed it 3 or 4 times tonight. I think it's perfectly natural when you take a shot like he's taken. He just doesn't realize he's doing it. He'll see the film tomorrow. Change it a bit.
2nd down and 10. Ball at the 44. Looking for a receiver. Goes over the middle and it's incomplete. Closest receiver to the ball was Sylvester Green. And that stops the clock with 56 seconds to go. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
You see Don Shanklin, he threw the ball away, way out of bounds. Didn't realize he has a receiver who's open. Take a look. He throws it way over the top, just trying to get rid of the ball.
I believe that's JJ, isn't it?
Had JJ that had snuck down there and was open.
Oh. JJ would like to have caught a touchdown pass, I think, after last week's drop.
3rd down and 10.
No.
Incomplete. Again, overthrowing J.J. Young.
Well, that was there, folks.
So now it's 4th down. 50 seconds on the clock. Very, very disappointing game for Jerry Pettibone, his players and coaches.
Wow. Put the ball on him there. He's throwing a lot better than that tonight. Big play.
4th down and 10. Shanklin's going to keep. Dives out of bounds. He's short of the 1st down marker.
Oh, heavens.
By about a yard. That was Andre Deshay pursuing him.
He is going to be upset. He did not realize how close he was.
So that will, in effect, end the game. Only 43 seconds to go. And he comes up about a yard short.
Yeah, you can see Shanklin there. He realizes he's a yard short.
Now Fresno State will just run the clock out and go home with a 24-14 victory.
You can see a good night running the ball for Don Shanklin. Certainly not the kind of night the Beavers wanted.
And an absolutely great night for Oliver, who was over 200 yards on 35 carries. And he'll be our player of the game. Very disappointed man.
I think Jerry felt like this was a game that was winnable, even with the history of the doghouse. And it's over.
Indeed it is. Players shaking hands, offering congratulations and condolences. And this baby is history. That's the end of the game. The final score, Fresno State wins it 24-14.
I'd like to be in on that discussion.
We'll be back with a final word right after this.